Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So this is an update on the Battlestar Galactica Raptor. I've gotten a little bit more work done. I was really bad with my last build, doing updates on the progress and where I'm going. But I want to try and do a little bit better with this one. So far, the majority of my work has been on the cockpit itself. So the plan for this one, as I said, is no lights, just a static model, trying to see what all I can do with what I have. There still will be some scratch building, and I guess, I find myself arguing with myself saying, well, maybe I should do this or that. But I'm going to try and keep this build fairly simple. The idea is powered down, sitting on the bay, door open, just sort of showing things off. So no pilots, no peoples, no lights, no motor cars, not a single luxury, like Robinson Crusoe, blah, blah, blah. Some will get that. Some would like, what's he waffling about? Anyway, cockpit. So building this tub, there's fit issues, there's fitment issues. This, by the way, this putty isn't here to hold the thing in place, it's here for weight. The kit itself is butt heavy, and there's going to need to be some more work, so I'm going to be adding weight to the thing as I fix some spaces that are in the back, so I need to add weight in the front. And as we look at the tub, we have space in the nose section, so here. But I also wanted to add some extra weight up front. So that's what this putty's for. The putty's there solely for weight. That's all it's there for. Back to the point. The nice thing is a lot of the instrumentation is handled via decals, which is actually really cool. So some of these, let's see if we can get up here. So like this, that, these details here, even those buttons there, they're all transfers. So transfers, I mean, you can see here, all of that is transfer, which is nice because that gives a good look to it. And for those of you who are going to light this up, that means all of those pieces get to be lit and identified, which are really cool. If you look at your main instrument panel, all of those are transfers. Let's get light there. And it's a little challenging for me because my eyesight is just so that seeing through the camera, there we go. Okay. And you have one transfer there, that one, which is on an angle, as you can see right here. It actually is on an angle. But it's nice. So the transfers are cool. It's fiddly. The transfers are not bad. They don't crack, they don't break, they don't fall apart. You do have to make absolutely certain you're using warm water. As soon as your water gets to, the room that I'm doing my modeling in is at about 68 Fahrenheit. So it cools off quickly, and once it gets to the room temperature of the room I'm in, they don't want to come off. So what I tend to do is I fill up a bottle with hot water and I pour just enough into a tub for the transfers to get loosened up, and then after about 5 or 6, it's cool. So then I dump the water and I'll put the hot water back in, and I just keep that water warm. I'm sure there's lots of other ways to do it, but anyway. These are the Moebius transfers. They're notorious for that. So otherwise it's painting, and the painting is actually fairly easy because these are all raised. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're all the buttons here are raised. So these pieces here, they're raised. That helps a lot. I am now still working on this. You can see the paint work is a little bit sloppy, and it's that way on purpose. Excuse me, I'm intentionally wanting it to look that way because of what I'm trying to do. Point this piece when you look at this. So this piece goes here, right? So this sits on this. This makes a nasty seam. You see how crappy these seams are down here? That's how bad of a seam they make. They're like it's like that. The kit's edges are rounded, so you have that pretty much on every seam you're doing, at least inside here. You see that there, those there. I'm not going to bother to fill these. I am going to fill this one, maybe. But anyway, there's still more painting to do, more weathering. I've put some time in on putting a gradient and so forth in here. And I know that that's pretty much going to be a waste of time because, no one's going to really see it, even though the door's going to be open. Most of that subtlety's gone. Fitment. You can see here what the fitment is like. And it gets worse. So then we go to put this into here. You can see where those go on those marks, right? But when you do that, it doesn't want to close here. So this is going to take clamping, and this is important. So it is necessary that this actually goes in tight, because if you fail to do this, then this is going to be over and your other part is not going to, or your other half is not going to join. So you will have fitment issues. That's an issue with this kit. Be aware. Now you'll also note I had to paint here. There's nothing else. As you look at the assembly again, you put the tub in, you're done, right? So, that goes in there, that goes on there. So this space is your angle. You shouldn't see most of it, but your window comes down to here, so you can see that. So just be aware, you're gonna have to paint it. And I can see where I missed space over there, so I'm gonna have to go back and take my painting further down. So anyway, that is as far as I've gotten right now. I've probably got another few hours worth of work on this to do, just to clean these things up and then give them the sooting and weathering and stuff that I'm after. I then flip around and I get to the cockpit, and I actually came to the screen so you could see how many how many transfers there are. There are a lot. It's almost like putting transfers on an F4. They were all over the place. So the next piece I'm working on, while I'm working on the cockpit, come on, flip over, thank you, is the cockpit chairs, because I'm not going with pilots on purpose, because oh my gosh, yeah, let me show you those. Goodness, these guys. These are your pilots. And I showed these in the unboxing, but yeah. I now that I think about it, I don't even remember seeing the heads. I'm sure they're in there somewhere, but they're just, ugh. Oh, they're there. There's the head right there. And the helmet doesn't look bad, but the pilot figures are just yeah. Anyway, the chairs. Okay, I'm done whining now. The chairs are plain. They've got a little bit of back detail, which you actually won't see. But you could detail this up nice. If you go in and look at reference pictures of the Raptor, there's really not a whole lot. They used gamer chairs for these things. So it was really pretty straightforward and simple. The only thing that's missing from here that I will do that would be obvious is there's a cushion that goes from about here to here. And I can do that up with green stuff real easy. You just put a blob of green stuff, shape it a little bit, give it sort of a pillowy look, and that's fine. I think it will add. And then, add the colors and so forth for the chair, and then the chair will be good. But that's where we are. That's what the Raptor's looking like so far. There's a lot of opportunity. So it's a nice kit. It is a sci-fi kit. And all of that entails, it's everything that entails. Sci-fi kits are they're not Dragon armor. They're not AFV Club. They're not Magic Tracks. They're not Super Edward kits. They're sci-fi kits. And you can rivet count the thing to death. And you really could. The thing is, the subject itself was a CG model and a static model, on a set, and they didn't match. It's that simple. I did whine in my earlier vid about the scoops here on the side, and I've done some more looking, and yeah, there's something going in there. So it just looks stupid. To me, that just looks stupid. This big hollow cowling. There's no reason to have that there for any purpose if there isn't anything in there. So something's going in there. I haven't figured out what, but I will do something. But the kit is a subject you're not going to find. You have two options. You have the Moebius Raptor. You have three options. You have the Moebius Raptor. You have the badass version when JT Graphics opens the sites up again. And you have scratch building. Those are your three options. You can scratch build it from pieces. You can CGI it to a printer. But those are your three options. And this, for the money and what you're doing, is a good kit. It will make a good set. You just spend some time. As I do this, I see a lot of opportunity to updo this. And, the next one I do, I will go ahead and get the paragraphic stuff for it. And go to town on it. But, even without that, you can make a nice kit out of this, at least so far, from what I've seen. So there's your thing. This is as far as I've gone. I hope that this is helpful to you, inspires you, and you decide that, hey, I want to build a kit. So if you do, rock on. Feel free to, ask me questions if you have any, and have a great day. I will talk to you next time.